The NBA free agent market is packed with talent, surprises, and game-changing possibilities. From proven superstars to rising young stars, these 30 players could reshape the league overnight. But who truly stands above everyone else? Let's rank the biggest free agents of 2026-27. Now, if you think this free agent class is simply about putting the biggest names at the top and counting down number one, you might have to think again, because that's where things get really interesting. The NBA has changed dramatically. Teams are no longer just looking for players who can score 25 points a night. They're looking for players who can fit into a system, elevate the people around them, defend multiple positions, make smart decisions, and most importantly, deliver when the pressure becomes unbearable. And that makes this free agent class extremely difficult to predict. You have established veterans who already know what it takes to compete at the highest level. You have younger players who may not have reached their full potential yet. And then you have those players sitting somewhere in between, the ones who could suddenly become much more valuable if they land in the right environment. That's where free agency becomes a chess match. Because imagine having a player who looks good on one team, then watching him join a completely different system and suddenly become twice as dangerous. The right coach, the right teammates, the right role, and the right amount of responsibility can completely change a player's impact. A great player on the wrong contract can become a difficult situation. Meanwhile, a player who isn't necessarily the biggest superstar could become one of the smartest acquisitions of the entire offseason if his production matches his price. That's why head coaches have to look beyond the highlights. They have to ask, can this player stay healthy? Can he perform in the playoffs? Can he defend? Can he adapt? Does he make his teammates better? And perhaps the biggest question of all, does he fit what we're trying to build? Because the answer to those questions could completely change the order of this ranking. And this is where I want you to pay close attention. Some players near the top may surprise you. Some familiar names may not be as valuable as their reputation suggests. And there could be a player much lower on this list who, in the right situation, becomes one of the biggest steals of the entire offseason. That's what makes predicting free agency so difficult. You aren't just predicting talent, you're predicting opportunity. A player could go from being a role player to a major contributor simply because another team gives him more responsibility. Someone else could join a contender and become the missing piece that finally fixes a weakness they've struggled with for years. And when you look at it from that perspective, every name on this list becomes more interesting. Because this isn't really about finding the player with the biggest reputation. It's about finding the player whose next chapter could be the most important. So as we get closer to the top of this ranking, keep one question in mind. Which player has the talent, opportunity, and situation to completely change the conversation next season? Because the answer might not be the name you expect, and that's exactly why you don't want to miss the top of this list. And that wraps up our ranking of the top NBA free agents of 2026-27. Which player do you think could make the biggest impact next season? Drop your pick in the comment section, and if you enjoyed this breakdown, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more NBA contents.